One Piece just dropped one of the biggest reveals in the entire series. The legendary name Davy Jones is back, and the truth about him will blow your mind. Welcome to Super Synth D Studio, where the final saga of One Piece hits different. If you're ready for real spoilers, raw theories, and hype that slaps harder than Conqueror's haki, you're in the right place. Finally, one by one, mysteries are starting to be revealed by Oda-sensei. In the latest One Piece chapter, the legendary pirate Rox Xebec finally appears, this time not just in silhouette. We're even told directly just how terrifying Xebec's power truly was, so much so that his very name had to be erased from history. But it wouldn't be Eiichiro Oda if, as one mystery gets answered, a whole new one doesn't take its place. During Rox Xebec's flashback, which takes place inside King Harold's flashback, which itself is inside Loki's flashback, it's revealed that Rox was a worshipper of a figure known as Davy Jones. In fact, the name Davy Jones was already explained by Nico. Robin in One Piece manga chapter 306. Davy Jones is a legendary pirate from the ancient past, cursed by the devil to live at the bottom of the sea, where he is said to still reside to this day. To honor Davy Jones, pirates created a traditional game known as the Davy Back Fight. The Davy Back Fight is a pirate tradition, meant to challenge and steal members of rival crews. The game is said to have existed for a long time, and it originated on an island considered a paradise for pirates, a place they call Pirate Island, in One Piece chapter 1155. It was clearly stated that Rox Xebec's dream is to become the king of the world. Given that Rox was a worshipper of Davy Jones, is it possible that Rox's dream was inspired by Davy Jones himself? Remember, there are three things in the world of One Piece that can never be stopped: the inherited will, a person's dream, and the ebb and flow of the times. As long as people continue to seek freedom, these things will never die. As long as Imu and the celestial dragons remain in power, slavery will continue to exist, which means those three forces will always be present. This only strengthens the idea that Rox inherited the will of Davy Jones to become the king of the world. It's also interesting that Davy Jones was mentioned by the narrator when Xebec tried to threaten Imu. And based on what Robin said, Davy Jones was a legendary pirate from the past. Could there be a connection between Imu and Davy Jones from the Void Century? It would be a wild plot twist if Davy Jones were actually Joyboy's real name, especially since Joyboy, like Davy Jones, was a pirate, and not just any pirate, but the very first in history. Remember, in One Piece chapter 1122, Emeth apologized to Joyboy for failing to make him king. It's clear that the king Emeth referred to was the king of the world, because Joyboy's enemy was none other than Imu-sama, who now rules the world from behind the shadow of the world government. In Dr. Vegapunk's final message, he stated that the war between Joyboy and the 20 Kingdom Alliance, who later became the world government, stemmed from ideological differences. However, Vegapunk couldn't determine which side was good or evil. That makes sense, because he didn't have full knowledge of the Void Century, and because Joyboy, being a pirate, naturally carries a negative connotation in the eyes of the world. The two conflicting ideologies are clear: authoritarianism and slavery, upheld by the world government, versus the ideology of freedom brought by Joyboy. In Harley's text, it's confirmed that slavery existed since the very first world in the One Piece universe. That's when Joyboy appeared, bearing the will of the sun god Nika, determined to bring freedom and equality to all races. So, Joyboy, whose real name may have been Davy Jones, once carried the will to end all slavery by becoming king of the world. We come back to the concept of inherited will and dreams. That means Joyboy had two dreams that were never fulfilled, and so they continue to be inherited through the will of D. That's why we have Rox Xebec and Marshall D, each aiming to become king of the world, and Gold D. Roger and Monkey D. Luffy seeking true freedom. They inherited the will of D, the will of Davy. This information about Davy Jones was also referenced in SBS Volume 38. Oda retold the myth with the added detail, saying that the legend exists in our real world too, with the following explanation. There was once a lying, wicked pirate named Davy Jones. He was infamous for hoarding his crewmates' valuables, including treasure, in his own locker. Even by pirate standards, he was an evil man. One day, the devil cursed him to live forever at the bottom of the sea. All the treasure he kept in his locker was submerged too. From that day on, whenever a ship, sailor, or treasure sank into the sea, it was said to go into Davy Jones's locker, never to be seen again. That's how the legend goes. In that real-world myth, Davy Jones was known for hoarding treasure. Similarly, Joyboy left all his treasure on the final island, which Roger named Laugh Tale. Oda once said that the One Piece treasure is indeed a real, physical treasure. We go back to Pirate Island. It's said that the Davy Back Fight originated there. Rox was very familiar with the game, which means it must have existed long before Rox caused havoc in the New World. That means there may have been another Pirate Island before Hachinosu, and it was likely Joyboy's island. That island sank into the sea after Joyboy lost the war during the Void Century. That island is now known as Laugh Tale, the place where the One Piece treasure is hidden. So what do you think? Let's throw hands in the comments section below. The secret behind Davy Jones just changed everything. We thought we knew about the Void Century. Could Joyboy's legacy go even deeper than we imagined? Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and drop your wildest theories in the comments. Was Davy Jones the original Pirate King? Or something even greater? Stay tuned.